All right, it's time now to welcome some folks that deserve more than just a little bit of shine and respect that I can put on their name. A team that started off the 2023-24 campaign 17-0. Now, I know the WNBA champs, the Aces, and the UNLV Lady Rebels are Las Vegas's teams, but of course, they've achieved some greatness, but neither of those teams can say they have 80% of their roster made up of players from the Las Vegas area. Folks, I'm talking about none other than the College of Southern Nevada Coyotes women's basketball squad led by Coach Dan Savage and Aaliyah Ibarra and Leah Mitchell. Welcome to the big stage, folks.
Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate it. Yes, thanks for having us.
All right. First of all, I got to go with Leah over here. Leah, you like being in here? Is all good?
I love it. It's great.
You guys deserve it. You guys have balled out all season long. Let me start with the old man here really quickly. I only say that because he's the only guy I can say is older than me that's in our little sports area here. But Dan Savage, did you watch the game today? What did you think about women's basketball?
Women's basketball is on fire. I mean, the national championship game was great, but just in general, women's basketball is on fire, and I'm so happy to be a part of it in my little slice of the world and help these guys, enjoy some of it. But NCAA basketball and JCAA basketball on fire.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, both of you two went to high school here in town, right?
Yes.
Leah, you went to?
Faith Lutheran.
And
Centennial
Aaliyah?
High School.
Centennial. Okay, the Bulldogs. You guys never win, right?
Yeah, never.
Yeah, of course. You guys went a lot. So you are the senior. You're headed on to Utah Tech?
Yes.
Okay, so we're age before beauty. So first of all, this season, you guys started off 17-0, playing here in Las Vegas over at CSN. What's it like being in your hometown playing basketball like that?
Probably like the best thing that could have ever happened to me. It's so fun. I get so much support. All my family gets to come. All my friends came to like every game. So yeah, it was the best thing that could have happened to me.
That's cool. And for you to stay home, to have an opportunity to play in front of your friends and family, was that one of the big reasons why you wanted to play here at CSN?
Yes, it was a driving force for me because I'm a family person. I have 3 younger brothers, so I'm the main babysitter, the help, and it was just great that they could always come to my games. A lot of support. I love it.
I got you. Now, you being the opportunity that you guys have an 80% roster, it's more like 90%, it seems like, in going through the roster, but having a team made up of Las Vegans, I mean, how special is that to truly be a team of, it's mostly Southern Nevada. I didn't see anyone from Northern Nevada.
This particular year, we didn't have anybody from Northern Nevada. Last year, we had one girl from Winnemucca.
Okay.
But no, it's great because, number one, we're at a little bit of a disadvantage against the teams that we compete against, where they have full scholarships and they have dorms and these 8,000-seat gyms. And we're at a disadvantage anyways. And then when they learn that our whole team, or most of our team, is from Vegas, they're even more shocked. But there's so much talent in the city. But it's great because it does create built-in support, whether it's family or friends, and they get to sleep in their own beds for a couple more years and have Thanksgiving dinner at home, and some of that stuff you just can't replace when you're on the road. It's recruiting.
Yeah. And with all that being said, like you guys having like a bit of a disadvantage, you started off 17-0.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we were. Our gym floor had to be replaced, like not just like resurfaced. The whole thing had to be replaced, and it took about probably 4 to 5 months. So we were on the road for, I believe, our first 20 some odd games. We're on the road, and to be honest with you, that was a big part of our success because we don't have dorms and these guys don't live together like other colleges. So when we're on the road and these long road trips and the bus rides, the van rides, the nights that these guys get to have
Quality
together,
time.
the dinners,
Absolutely.
it creates a bond that, when you have that many games early in the season, it created a bond that you couldn't create otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, to start off your collegiate career on the road like that, what was that like? I mean, the fact that, like you said, you guys are on the road for like 20-something straight games.
It's the most I've probably traveled playing basketball, but I love it. It's a different feeling to have your teammates in a hotel room with you. Like we had so many long talks and just great moments together. It was great.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, you're echoing the same thing.
Yeah, and I feel like all of those wins too helped build our confidence and got us prepared for like actual season. And it's just, when you have a good relationship on the court and off the court, it just goes good.
No, I hear that a lot from all kinds of teams, like whether it's the Golden Knights or the Aces or whatever. The fact that like when the team likes each other, genuinely likes each other, you can see it on the court. And you're saying you guys saw that as well.
Yeah, and it's easier to like overcome adversity too. So that was really important.
All right, it's something I asked him, and I meant to ask you guys as well. The game today, just women's college basketball in general. I was telling a friend of mine, and I'm almost embarrassed to say this, but like, I don't know any like male players' names in college basketball except for the guys that play for UNLV.
Yeah.
But I know I can name off a bunch of women basketball players. Like the fact that NCAA basketball, women's college basketball, is on fire like that. Like it's got to make you. I mean, that's.
Oh no, yeah. I was watching the game and I was telling my mom, I was like, "Do you see how many people are in the stands? Like, that's crazy."
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So I mean, I mean, to be at a time like now, you know, to be playing women's sports. I mean, this is the time. Think about like the NIL and everything else. Is that something you kind of look at like, man, this is like the golden age, so to speak, of playing like women's sports?
It's, I don't know, it's like a crazy thing for me because it's being like the only girl in my family. Ironically, I'm the firstborn male. That's what my dad calls me because I think I'm the most athletic, but it's weird to know that those opportunities are still available to us because it's like a male sport, but now it's starting to become more of a female-male. You know, we're dominating right now, and that's okay.
Yeah. So with that being said, who's your favorite basketball player and why? Just in general, whoever it is. Do you have anyone like you model your game after? You know, like.
I feel honestly, no, I never have.
Really?
Looked up to anyone. I think I've always just kind of like just seen it as like, okay, it's me versus me. I think I've like liked other women's games, but I don't know. I've never had like a player that I've always looked up to.
Because from what your coach was telling me that you have like the wet ball here. I'm thinking you're gonna say Steph Curry or somebody.
So yeah, I do watch a lot of his games and like highlights, but I've never like, you know, kind of like idolized or like,
I got you.
Like, oh, I want to be like them.
Okay. How about you?
I'm kind of the same. I still have like my favorites. Like you can't like I love LeBron. Like that's always gonna be my favorite.
LeBron James. Okay. I got you.
I like Asia Wilson. I always say her name wrong. Asia Wilson.
She's a hooper.
I really want to kind of move my game to how she plays.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So do you play point guard or shooting guard? What position do you play?
I'm more of like a forward.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't stand next to you. I didn't see how tall. You probably taller than me. Who isn't? But okay. All right. I got you. So I wonder about this as far as like some of the girls that you have on the team. How hard is it as a coach to know that they have to move on after like a couple of years?
So yeah, they'll get very emotional.
Yeah, you'll make us cry.
Don't cry.
Yeah. Well, you know, I do something very different than I'd say 99% of basketball coaches or sports coaches in the world. Is I don't focus on winning games. I just don't. I used to earlier in my career, right?
Yeah.
It was all about how do you win the game? What do you got to do to win the game? Win the game. Win the game. What I've realized, especially at the JUCO level, is I have to invest in my players as people. And that's academically, making sure that they're representing themselves and the team well, making sure they're hard workers, making sure they're easy for me to get out to the next level as a recruit. And when you do that with 11 or 12 young ladies that have the ability to play, you win games. So the winning games is a byproduct of investing. So I have no pressure of getting them to the next level because they're going to do all the work. And they know that from the recruiting point. When I recruit them to bring them in, it's if you're willing to do the work, great things are going to happen. And they trust me with that. And that trust just builds over 2 years and a year and going to be 2 years. And then wins happen. And I don't have to focus. Of course I'm focusing on the wins. Don't get me wrong. We scout and we do all that stuff.
Business and all that good stuff.
But it's invest in my players and we win games.
From that being said though, from where you picked up the program to where it is now.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's got to make you feel good that you've had the type of success that you've had.
Yeah, we've had a good 3 years. You know, the program, to be fair, started in COVID, which was a tough time to start in that first year. And yet, the 0-16, a lot of teams go 0-whatever their first year of being in existence.
Thinking of UNLV football when they had Arroyo.
Exactly. So I think it does bring a lot of pride to me. This is my first full recruiting class. Every single person on this team is my recruit. And a lot of that has to do with how I recruit and what type of players and people I recruit. And I think that just adds to the word culture is crazy popular, but it is such the perfect word for this team. The culture that they have, that they've created, that I've helped them create, basketball, non-basketball, it creates the atmosphere of winning. And then you have to worry less about, worry less about the X's and O's and just focus on being the best you can be.
Okay. So what is it like? You spent the past 2 years. What's it like playing under this guy?
Oh my gosh. Last night I was literally like trying to think of what I was going to say. It's crazy that you asked that because
All right. So how did it go? Here's your chance.
But it's the best. Yeah. Dang, not me getting emotional. It's crazy.
Don't even look at him.
I feel like he definitely like changed my life.
Oh, that's wonderful. In a good way, obviously. He's almost like a father figure in a sense, or a big bro?
Yeah. He just built my confidence so much, and Mitch, you're gonna have to take it.
It's okay, but I think it's a wonderful thing that.
Yeah, he's done so much for me that I just didn't know that I was like capable of to do myself. And the whole first year that I came to CSN, you know, I was struggling a lot mentally, and he definitely just, I don't know, brought my spark back in like every aspect that I could think of. And he just really got me prepared for this past season that came up, and I feel like I'm just so set to go on to where I'm going to go on to. So
and
yeah,
she's
he did a lot for me.
Yes, on to Utah Tech.
Yes.
Yes,
So with that being said, though, as a basketball player, even really basketball, but sports in general, confidence is everything, right? Like you have to know the ball's going in before you shoot that. So I mean, he told me that you've had some monster games and whatnot. What'd you average this year? Do you know? Like points wise?
I think she was about 17. She was number 1 in the country in 3-pointers for a long part of the season.
That's okay.
Number 1. Yeah.
That's okay. So what's it like now that you've had a year under your belt at CSN? What's it like playing under Coach Savage here, who seems like he's not a savage? Very well, yeah. How about that?
He completely changed basketball for me because I've always been really athletic. I've always loved to play basketball, and I played soccer for a little bit, but I wasn't sure if I was ready to play in college. It was a really scary thing for me. And out of the blue, I met him, and I had never felt like it was something I was going to be capable of. And just my first year playing under him and with my teammates, like the best team I've ever played for, best coach I've ever played for. I'm getting emotional too.
Wow, I didn't know. I'm like, Oprah, so tell me more.
It's just the way he cares about his players. Like it's not just about basketball. It's about you mentally, physically. Like he cares about so much more, and like makes you feel so much more important than just like your ability on the court. And it makes me want to do well for him and to just become an amazing athlete because I want to make him proud and like make my teammates proud.
That's a ringing endorsement. I've known the guy for, like probably 15 years, something like that, or whatever. Yeah, he's a good dude, man. He's a really good dude. So with that being said, since you guys are kind of in the giving mood of compliments and whatnot, can you tell me about her game? Like what makes Leah a good basketball player?
Oh my gosh, she's just her effort. Like she just gives so much on the court and off the court, but on the court, like, oh, I love playing with her. I think it was our last game? I think it was our last game. After the game, we were hugging each other, and I was like, dude, like, that was an honor to play with you. Like, I love playing with her. She's just the best teammate you could have, honestly. Like, oh, she's my favorite defender. That girl, she can defend like no other.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I can count on her for everything.
Defense first?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's my favorite.
No,
I can't.
All right.
You need someone to get to the basket?
She gets to the rack too? Left hand, right hand? What do you?
A little bit of both.
You're
I
in
hope to
a
think.
little bit of both.
I hope to think more right.
No, yeah,
more
but
right.
she's
I
the
gotta be
best.
honest.
She's the best teammate.
Okay. So now it's your turn. Because I
my
already know that
God.
she's a shooter. She's got the Caitlin Clark logo game.
Yes. Oh my gosh. She is like, you just want to learn from, like, honestly, it's so fun to play with her because she gives me confidence. Like, I could be so down no matter what we're doing in practice in a game, and she's just like, you got it, you're so capable, like, why are you doubting yourself? But she's amazing, and she can do everything, honestly. She's a great defender, shooter, like, some of her ways of getting to the rim, like backing down players, I'm like, I don't understand how you do it. I honestly, like, she's amazing.
Okay.
I aspire to be like her.
You aspire to be like her. You aspire to be like her. All right. I love the love affair up here. So I have an opportunity for you to do something that I've seen you do already, but you guys this coming season, basketball shoes, Kelsey Plum.
Yes. Yeah.
What's the deal with that? Because you guys don't have like a shoe deal or anything like that, or?
So it's JUCO, so we don't have a shoe deal like UNLV has or the major. So our contract is with Under Armour, but our players still have to buy their own shoes. So it's basically telling our players, we're an Under Armour school. We do get great deals with Under Armour. The contract is fantastic, but
we're not going to give you shoes.
We don't get shoes, right? So they have to buy their own. And I just thought to myself, Kelsey Plum has a signature shoe. She's part of the Aces. And I had this little podcast my buddy and I were doing, and I said, you know what, let me look in the camera and ask Kelsey if she'll help us out. I mean, we're hoopers right down the street. We do events with the Aces. We've done a couple events with them.
The Aces are the team, one of the teams in Las Vegas. I mean, 2-time back-to-back champs.
I mean, there's really only 4 outside of high school and semi-pro. There's, UNR women's basketball, UNLV women's basketball, us, and the Aces. And I know we're different levels, but that's the core of the state of women's basketball.
The state, that's wild.
Of the state. And so I just said, let me give it a whirl and throw it out there. And the internet did what it did. And the next day she said, give me their sizes, and she's going to see what she can do. No promises yet. We appreciate her getting back to us, and it would just be it would be something phenomenal. And the Aces are the Aces. Are you kidding me?
No, seriously.
Jeez.
I take my daughters to Aces. I'm a girl dad, so I take my daughters to Aces games all the time. And people, whether they're fans or whatever, I mean, that's one of the best tickets in Las Vegas by far, right?
Yeah, the experience at an Aces game is second to none. We love, and we try to go as a team as much as we can. Shout out to Ball Dogs, they're always helping out with tickets.
That's how I get there.
Yeah, so
I mean, nice little video we have in the background. Usually when I'm interviewing people up here, they're not even looking at me. They're looking like past me to see the highlights. Have you popped up on any of these highlights? Have you? They already know. Okay.
There she is.
Okay. So I wonder about this. Kind of backing off what Coach just said. Like, how cool would it be to be able to wear Kelsey Plum's shoes playing next season? Especially, I mean, you're gonna be Utah Tech, but still though.
I'm gonna be wearing Nike.
Yeah.
But it would be cool. When he sent us the message, I was at work and I was flipping out. I was like, no way. I called him. I was like, this is crazy. But that would be so cool.
Yeah, I mean, you get to wear KP shoes next year.
Yeah, you guys get to wear them.
I've seen them. I remember she had like some kind of SpongeBob-ish type of shoe for one of their photo shoots. I mean, she's got some. Yeah, her shoes are pretty sick. Yeah. And KP, she's okay, huh?
Oh.
She can play.
Yeah, I'm being sarcastic.
I was about to say.
No, KP's KP is she sat in the seat before, right when she came back from when she came back from the Olympics. Her and Jackie Young were here with their gold medals. For playing the 3-on-3 basketball. So
yeah, it's a natural. Like I said, we did a couple events with their season ticket holders at Opportunity Village, and we helped them with that. And then we did a clinic together with the WNBA and Aces. So we want to be out in the community as much as we can too. And community service is one of the big aspects of our program. And to be able to do community service with the Aces has been great. So build that as much as we can.
And he was talking about this. I mean, the fact that I think that, as far as Las Vegas is concerned, women's sports are like way up here. You know what I mean? Like, you talk about the Aces, you talk about the Lady Rebels, 3 straight Mountain West.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, this is the city to be in if you're a women's athlete, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So what have you've gone to the Aces games? As far as like players on the team, Asia Wilsons, the Kelsey Plums of the world, the Jackie Youngs of the world.
Yeah. Chelsea Gray a little bit too.
A little bit.
Yeah, the point guard.
Yes.
So how excited are you guys to watch the Olympics coming up? Because I just did something on this. Would it surprise you to know that the USA women's basketball team has won 8 straight gold medals?
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
That's bananas, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
8 straight gold medals.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Maybe like every time 4 years, I think it's 32. I used to know how to do that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Crazy.
32 straight years. Crazy. Okay, so this coming season, how many players are you missing? Like going to lose?
So we're graduating 5, which is it's actually a pretty good number at the JUCO level. Only having freshmen and sophomores. So we're going to graduate 5. 3 have signed or have committed to full scholarships.
Okay.
We have,
Well done, Aaliyah.
Thank you.
and then we have 2 others that are working through deals. It's still a long time to go with recruiting. So all 5 will play at the next level, and hopefully all 5 will get their full scholarships. So we're bringing back 6 players, and then we have 2 red shirts from the previous year. So we're going to have 8 coming in. And then we just signed another Centennial Bulldog, which doesn't hurt. And and we're looking at a couple other local kids. We have some workouts coming up. And yeah, I mean, we're going to represent the city the best we can, and we'll go grab 1 or 2 out-of-state kids. And yeah, we're excited. We want to keep this ball rolling. I mean, we were 25-5 this year, and
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, this is from me to you, yeah.
Appreciate that, yeah. And we want to keep the ball rolling, not just academically and all those things, but we want to get wins too. And we're excited. We got some nice pieces for next year.
Nice pieces for next year. Okay. With that being said, he talked about the fact that you guys got a new floor over there. Like, what about the facilities and how like CSN's kind of transforming to accommodate you guys as players? I'll start with you.
First? Okay.
Yeah.
I absolutely love our gym. Like, I don't know. I think it's just the memories in the gym are a big importance for me too. Like, obviously I think we have a great facility. We have a great gym right next to our, our workout area next to our gym. Like, it's a different feeling to be able to be in there with your team. And then, like I said, the memories, like the amount of times that we did our half-court shots to end practice.
She's flashing back at me.
It's just great. I love
Colgate's.
it.
Okay.
Oh,
Not this year, but
What's that?
we did some this year.
Colgate.
We did a
A
couple.
drill they don't like.
No.
Oh, what's the Colgate drill?
oh my gosh, just a lot of whistles and running.
Her face completely changed when I said the Colgate.
Imagine 17s times 50.
Oh, wow. That's how it keeps you guys in shape.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, and they still like me.
Oh, yeah.
No, I mean, you have to be in great shape. That's one of the things that Becky Hammond talked about when she first got here. She sat in the seat as well. But yeah, when she first got here, one thing, they're going to be in shape, like one of the best in shape teams in the WNBA, and clearly that helped out big time.
It did.
Yeah.
We actually, while our gym was being worked on, we practiced at a local middle school. And right outside that middle school, they had a track. And so we ran the track which we wouldn't have been able to do if we were at our school. And our plan this past year was to be super up-tempo, and we averaged 96 points a game for, I think, 80% of the year. We scored over 100 points, 122 points a couple times. And we just get the ball and go. And it's less coaching. Is once they understand the transition, then you don't have to worry about, you don't have to prove how smart you are as a coach by having 45 half-court sets. Just go and let's play and defend, and then defend.
Always defend.
Yeah.
With this one here, and this one here. Okay.
Love it.
Okay. All right. So obviously, I'm assuming like you would like to continue on after you're done. Is there anywhere in particular? I mean, you kind of look at like when you're growing up, like, oh man, I would.
I'm really before going to CSN, I really was interested in maybe going to California Baptist University.
Oh wow. Okay.
And
Just Faith Lutheran. Okay, gotcha.
And if not, UNLV. I'm ready.
Yes, man. What Coach The Rock has done with the program, just I mean, as a coach, I'm sure you look at it like, goodness gracious, like that's bananas.
No, she's done a phenomenal job, and we're lucky enough. One of our players, Kyra Scoggin, her sister is Ashley Scoggin, the starting shooting guard.
I know exactly what you're talking
so we
about.
have a connection there, and when we do open gyms, a lot of the UNLV players come. So UNLV and CSN get to kind of.
That was super fun.
So that was fun this year, this
it
past
was,
summer. So
okay, so you got to play against the Desi Ray Youngs.
We did.
Yeah.
She's like, yes, we
Yes,
did.
we did.
I'm very, very familiar with your game.
Okay. Huge benefit for us.
Yeah.
Man, I could imagine. Like that would be, I mean, it gets you prepared for what's coming at the next level, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything in particular out of any of those sessions, like players, like, oh wow, I didn't really realize that Kiara Jackson was like that.
Oh yes.
She can play.
Yeah, she is a silent killer. That girl can hoop.
She's a baller, right?
Yeah,
Every
she
time I
can
see her, it's
hoop.
like, man.
Oh, she can go.
Yeah, I love her game.
She can go.
She can really, You don't expect that from her because, like you said, she's silent or whatever. She seems really, but. Whew.
She woke me up. I defended her
That
a little
midi.
bit. She woke me up.
And she was only a junior this year. She's going to be a senior next year. So
another year. Yeah.
Okay. All right. There we go. All right. So, anything that you would like to say to the CSN community, like folks that came out and supported you, especially when you're on the way out. Unfortunately, I'm trying to bring that back. No, I know, but as far as like your time there.
Yeah, no, I'm so grateful for the time that I had. Like I think I needed that just to come back home and see all the support that I have and get all the support, and then like meeting him and meeting all the players that I came across. Like I'm just so happy that it turned out the way it did, and I'm so grateful.
That's a beautiful thing. And for you, being that you two, I mean, you guys are part of the foundation of this team, especially the winning culture of this team. Anything that you would like the Coyote faithful to know about coming out next year to come support?
I'm just so excited. Like, I'm looking forward to it. They're just some of the most amazing people you will meet, super supportive. They definitely have your back. So I'm ready to come back and do what I can do,
There you go. And I'll leave the last word to the old man.
That's okay.
No. I'm just giving a hard
I
time.
will block your shot.
No, that's not happening. Still competitors, always.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, would you like Las Vegas to know about like the hidden gym that you guys have? And I mean, you got something cooking over at Michelob Ultra Arena, got something cooking over at UNLV, but also on Cheyenne as well.
100%, and I think it takes time, and we're not trying to get it there in 1 year or one season. We want to continue to be outstanding athletes and outstanding team members. And we're still recruiting locally, so I think that's a big part of it. Is I had my first recruit ever tell me that CSN was their dream school for basketball.
Wow.
And that happened, and of course I got emotional on that one.
Absolutely.
And as a coach, building a brand new program from scratch, that was big. That was just a couple days ago. So to hear an actual high school kid who now knows a little bit about CSN, and this is where she wants to play. So for me, it's been a joy. We're going to rinse and repeat. We're not going to try to be last year's team. We're going to be this year's team next year. And we have the right pieces. We have a phenomenal coaching staff and great support from our athletic director down. And I'm lucky this is my job.
That's what I'm talking about. It's not just a baseball school.
Not just a baseball school.
Because the baseball team, they're good as well.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, there we go. All right. Aaliyah Ibarra.
Yes.
Leah Mitchell.
Yes.
Head coach Dan Savage, my guy. I appreciate you guys coming in. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.